Ghana News TV. We are live on the satellite via Twitch for our viewers in Eastern European countries and also on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Today Ghana News TV. We are also on anchor.fm/podcast at Today Ghana News TV. Now the headlines. President Nana Akufo-Addo led ECOWAS imposed sanctions on Guinea. Former President John Dramani Mahama donates relief items to affected tidal waves communities in the Volta region. And on entertainment, Shashamale to release a collaboration with the UK-based music group. We have these and other stories coming your way in the next 45 minutes. My name is Edna Sagonya. The news is sponsored by Agbozu Herbal Clinic and the Links Cosmetology Training Institute. Now to our first story. His Excellency President Nana Akufo-Addo over the weekend led a high-powered delegation to Guinea to meet with the new military leader. Our Greater Accra regional correspondent, Sylvia Happy Annan, came out with this report.
Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo on Friday, September 17, 2021, left Accra for Guinea to meet its military leaders a day after the regional bloc imposed travel and financial sanctions on the coup makers and their families. This is a follow-up on the recommendations West African leaders made at the regional body's Accra extraordinary meeting to firm up a decision on the political situation in Guinea. The ECOWAS leaders in a post-summit communique ordered a swift return to constitutional order, asking the military rulers of that country to fix presidential and legislative elections within 6 months. They also demanded the immediate and unconditional release of President Alpha Conde, who has been detained since his removal on September 5, 2021 by an elite army unit led by a former French legionnaire, Lieutenant Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya. The regional body said that the military rulers would be individually and collectively responsible for the physical safety of President Conde, who is being held in detention at a military facility. It called on the African Union, the European Union, the United Nations, and other multilateral and bilateral partners to support the implementation of the sanctions against the junta and to endorse the decisions taken by the authority for the restoration of constitutional rule in Guinea. The Accra meeting, which also discussed the situation in Mali, demanded that the country's transitional authorities adhere strictly to the transition timetable for the effective conduct of elections within the non-negotiable deadline of February 2022. Anyone stealing the transitional process, the body warned, would face the same sanctions taken against Guinea's military government. The authority requested President Akufo-Addo to visit Guinea and Mali as soon as possible to convey in person the decision of the authority. I am Sylvia Happy Annan, reporting for Today Ghana News TV, Accra.
We have on the line Michael Richmond Smart Abbey, a security and intelligence officer, to speak to us on the implications of the sanction and the way forward. Welcome to News Updates on Today Ghana News TV. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Hello.
Yes, hello. I can hear you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you to you and your cherished listeners.
Okay, as I said earlier on, ECOWAS has imposed sanction on the new military junta in Guinea. Is that the way to go, and what are the implications?
Yes, Edna. Let me once again greet your cherished viewers and all those who are yearning to get the synopsis of the new development in Guinea at the moment. Yes, we've gotten the news that yes, after the coup took place in Guinea, ECOWAS, which is the economic community of West African states, have taken some decisions with regards to the coup that occurred in or that took place in Guinea. And as part of the sanctions, ECOWAS is calling for the immediate release of Alpha Conde. Um, ECOWAS is also directing or has directed that within 6 months period, the Guinean people should be able to hold an election and to restore the country back to constitutional rule. They've also imposed sanctions on the junta, traveling ban on the junta not to travel outside Guinea, including their families and whatnot. My sister, I can say for a fact that gradually ECOWAS, that's the Economic Community of West African States, is becoming irrelevant to West African politics. It is now a laughing stock, in the sense that the purpose to which this organization was established, one of them was to entrench or establish an economic power within the sub-region where there would be laissez-faire system of governance, that's free distribution and production of goods and services. It's also sought to what? Promote good governance through the rule of law, liberty of conscience and free enterprise, separation of powers, that is encouraging state institutions to work assiduously to be able to address the needs of what citizens as per social contracts. So that's where you can see the name Economic Community of West. Economic prefaced the name because they were supposed to build an economic bloc that would alleviate abject poverty on the people in West African region, that would call for what? More employment for the youth. So that would address the unemployment issues within the West African state, and also to promote good governance by upholding what? The rule of law. So as it is, why is it a laughing stock? ECOWAS has not been able to achieve these things. They've not been able to cohere or one way or the other. I mean, um, iron out policies for sovereign states to be able to what? Strengthen their state institutions to address the needs of the ordinary citizen of West Africa. But the issue here is that as a result of failure of states in West Africa to address the needs of the people in terms of building a social class system, not an elite class system, social class system that would what? Aim at what? Sustainable development goals, where policies and programs will have direct impact on the livelihood of citizens. That is not what we are seeing. That is the reason why majority of the citizens in West African states are living in abject poverty. There is huge unemployment in West Africa. There is political oppression You can see and hear from other countries what we hear in the news. Also, there is social repression as a result of the inability of the sovereign states to build social class system that would bridge the gap between the poor and the rich. So elitism has taken a toll in the activities of what West African states. So it is a laughing stock and it is becoming irrelevant because it was these same reasons that this coup was staged. When you listen to the junta in Guinea, Domboya Mamadi was saying that they staged the coup because there is abject poverty and hardship in Guinea, and he mentioned corruption at what the elite class, political corruption at the elite. These are the reasons why the junta staged the coup. So why coup, or why uprising, or why revolution? Normally in Africa, statistics have shown that all these coup d'etats that are taking place are sought what? For liberation, one, for restoration, two, and for revolt. So some of the coup was for liberation, liberate the people from whatever oppression they are going through in the hands of their leaders. The other side of some of the coups that are taking place was for restoration, so that if the country is divided, they wanted to restore the dignity of the country and to restore the confidence of government in the citizenry. And then the other one is revolt, when the people or the junta thinks that what is happening in the country is not good and therefore they have to take over. So when you juxtapose these three dynamics to that of what happened in Guinea, you cannot call it a coup, but you can only call it a what? Popular uprising. This is a popular what? Uprising. Popular uprising means that the coup is popular with the people. If you look at the pictures and the scenes and the intelligence, can tell you that 90% of the citizens in Guinea are happy that this happened. It was what started the whole matter in Guinea was when Alpha Conde circumvented, like I said in the earlier discussion, circumvented the constitution of the Guinean people, and one way or the other coerced himself to go for a third term. And in so doing, there was bloodshed. There were so many things that happened in Guinea. So he himself has not been able to stay true to his words, because Alpha Conde is a well-respected politician in Africa. When he was in opposition, he was somebody who stood for the rule of law, somebody who stood for anti-corrupt practices, somebody who stood for social class system, somebody who stood for laissez-faire system. He promised to take Guinea economy from what? Taxation to production. He promised that there will be factories in Guinea so that they will be able to refine their mineral resources and whatnot. All these things didn't happen, and all of a sudden, somebody who was seen as a true Democrat now turned into a despot. People were seeing him as a despot because he started to what? Arrest his what? Political opponents, and also before one can enter the Guinea public or civil service, one way or the other, there were speculations that they must come from his tribesmen. So, like I said, this is a popular uprising, and this coup is popular with the people. So, talking about sovereignty of state and legitimacy, it means that the will of the people rests in the junta as it states now. And the junta is also accountable to the Guinean people, not ECOWAS. ECOWAS has no jurisdiction whatsoever to coerce the junta to hold an election within 6 months. It is impossible looking at the dynamics and the situation at hand. So ECOWAS is becoming irrelevant and a laughing stock because intelligence clearly demonstrates that the coup is, like I said, is popular with the masses. It is the masses that supported the how do you call it, the rebellion, to be able to what? Take over. So we saw in the videos all over the place, so that it takes the junta to enter into another social contract with the people, because the junta, as I speak now, has what? Disbanded all public institutions. He has taken full control over the country. So it means that the junta will now have to appoint interim managers to manage the country. And within 6 months to hold an election can never be possible, because one, first and foremost, they've spoken bitterly about the constitution which Alpha Conde circumvented. So there is a likelihood of getting a new constitution to restore the legitimacy of what every head of state, which has to do with 2 terms. And after a new constitution, what is now going to happen is that they must get a credible electoral commission in place to transit the junta or the military regime into a democratic government. So, having gotten a strong electoral institutions, then there should be, or there would be, a new voter register. Me and you can agree that the register that was used to elect Alpha Conde will not be the register that will be used this time, because of the issues at hand. And then after that, there must be flag bearers of each and every political party, election of flag bearers, before a credible election can take place in Guinea. All these things can never happen within 6 months. So, like I'm saying, the whole issue has to do with the fact that it is not all military regimes that have abused their power or their sovereignty, especially the ones that stood for liberation, restoration, and what? Revolt, the 3-in-1, did to their best when they gained the reins of power, and they were able to entrench the principles of good governance and rule of law. And I can speak of Thomas Sankara. Everybody can talk about the achievement of Thomas Sankara. Everybody knows the achievement of the late president, Flight Lieutenant General Rawlings, from the military regime, and then transited the country into the Fourth Republic order. You can also talk about, not to mention Gaddafi, yes, how they were able to bring development into their various countries. They never abused their sovereignty, they never abused their reigns of power. Though there could be excesses when there was this coup and whatnot, but we can all testify to the fact that people like Sankara and Rawlings and other African leaders who were military rulers were able to transform the country more than even the civilian government. So it is not all military junta that is abusive, that disregard civil liberties and free enterprise, that disregard rule of law and whatnot. Clearly, Mamadi Doumbouya has demonstrated to us, unless it changes in the near future, and then we can see the roadmap that is building for the Guinean people. He has released the political prisoners. He has given full assurance to the mining companies to continue to do their work. He has given his full assurance to production companies and whatnot to do their work, continue to do what they're supposed to do. Teachers are in school teaching. One thing that he has added to it, like I said, he has even sent some of the military men who are teachers into the rural areas to be teaching in the schools and whatnot. What he's trying to do is to transit the Guinean military junta into a civilian government. And like I said, it will not come by day. There will be roadmap and there will be challenges. What ECOWAS have to do and understand is that Doumbouya is a key stakeholder when it comes to restoring constitutional order. So decrees and autocratic decisions trying to coerce Doumbouya to subdue to whatever they are looking for, I think it will not happen in the face of the sovereignty of the Guinean people rests within the junta. It has nothing to do with ECOWAS. Yes.
Okay. Mr. Abe, thank you. In a nutshell, you just summarized everything that I'd wanted to discuss with you this evening. So thank you for your time, and we look forward to engage you another time.
Thank you to my sister. You are welcome.
That was Mr. Smart Abe. Moving forward, former President John Dramani Mahama, for the second time, have donated some relief items to tidal waves affected communities along the coastal areas in the Volta region. Our Volta regional correspondent, Dinah Salas-Tete, has more on this.
President John Dramani Mahama has donated some 500 bags of cement to victims of the recent tidal wave incidents in some communities in the Ketu South municipality of the Volta region. The donation, which was done on behalf of the former President Mahama, was in fulfillment of a promise he made to the affected persons when he visited the area early August in this year. On that visit, the former president promised to add 500 bags of cement to another 500 bags the Volta MP's caucus was donating to support the displaced victims. Presenting the items to chiefs and people of Stalakopo and Amuchinu, the MP for Ketu South Ablaji Fagomashi indicated that the support from the former president has come at a time that the people are grappling with accommodation challenges. She said, "I am so glad to be presenting these bags of cement on behalf of the former president to the people of Salakopo and Amochinu who have been struggling for a place to lay their heads due to the devastation caused by the sea. We have been crying and appealing for support and have been in the hope that the powers that sit on the decision table heed to our calls and for him to cut to our aid. I am sure it is the greatest of a relief for us." She said she is still looking up to NADMO to fulfill their promise of providing a temporary accommodation for the victims. "I am of the hope that if this is done soon in order to give these people a decent place of living as defined by the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals," she said. The MP went further to remind government on the need for work to commence urgently on the second phase of the Katasi Defense Project. The donation, which was done by the Honorable Jifar Abla Gumashi, had other regional executives of NDC as part of the delegation, including the regional organizer Mr. Ben Siki Abibu and his deputy Mr. Ben Chester Ati. Properties worth millions of Ghana cedis have also submerged under the sea with no help in sight for the residents. Reporting for Today Ghana News TV, Dinah Selassie Tete, Volta Region.
Some rural folks at Central Tongu constituency are calling on government and benevolent organizations to come to their aid with a modern Gari making machine. Dinah Salasitete has more.
Expressed their worry about challenges they face in regards to selling their farm produce in the market. According to some women who spoke to our news team, they stressed that they are not able to get reliable buyers for their cassava powder, locally called gari, unless they send the products to the market, which is even far from their residence. It is undeniable that life in remote communities can be very challenging, boring, frustrating, stressful, and more depending on several factors. On an average, indigenous people in remote areas are disadvantaged in housing, access to services, and job opportunities. Housing overcrowding is much higher for indigenous people in remote areas, and they often have to travel long distances to access health care, education, businesses, and other services. The question is, what is the way forward for the people of Gidikwe who are regularly affected by the severe smoke they inhale in the process of making their locally cassava powder gari. They are appealing to chiefs, opinion leaders, and benevolent organizations to come to their aid and provide them a lasting solution by giving them a gari processing machine to ease their burden of always using their energy in producing the cassava powder. However, to them, living in remote areas provides privacy, serenity, safer lifestyles, and more importantly, cost of living is typically cheaper compared to urban lifestyle. They hope that help will come to them for a new technology to help them process their gari without any stress. Reporting for Today Ghana News TV, I am Dinah Selassie Tete, Volta Region.
Road accidents continues to cause havoc across the country, especially in the central region. The following is a very sad story from our central regional correspondent, Wafa Sami.
Two people have been confirmed dead whilst 11 are in critical condition in an accident at Ekumfi Esiatre on Winneba Cape Coast Highway. The accident, according to the investigation conducted by Wafasami, revealed that the accident happened Saturday 18th September morning around 6:20 a.m. between a Toyota fish bus with registration number CR74817 and a Sprinter bus with registration number GT586020. Reports revealed that the Toyota fish bus, fully loaded with passengers from Accra heading towards Cape Coast, and the Sprinter bus was also from Mankasim heading towards Accra, collided with the Toyota fish bus which was on a top speed. The driver and one other who were seated in the front seat of the Toyota fish bus died on the way to the Winneba Trauma Hospital. Speaking to an eyewitness, says the accident could have been prevented if the Toyota fish bus driver desisted from overtaking in a sharp curve. The driver of the Toyota fish bus was stuck in the bus till some residents came to the scene to remove him. 11 people are injured seriously and currently receiving treatment at the Winneba Trauma and Special Hospital. The residents therefore call on the Ministry of Roads and Highways to construct speed humps on Ekumfi Esiatre Highway to prevent drivers from overspeeding.
15 we said I do am go to my da 50 be won check but me hear say Ghana ban on kan che highways full of them time na ka people so ended so am ya bump am ya no that say we sadi don she no because the trace come district Reggie commander kwa ya wala sadi don she take and I dey say the be bump one the soldier force suppose go but more than that when you should because na thousand too much in the week ABC Tuesdays kwan so ABC wala ma de so do we sadi so asan car what them don she yado nti me hear say ya bump one sa ben me on kan che highways for bump me ya or that say be ya ko ya ke ma say bump one so na ya the mazan table my dey akofum.
Meanwhile, speaking to Wafa Sami, the Mankasim MTTU station officer, Chief Inspector Akanya further advised drivers to take care when driving. Drivers themselves know where to do overtaking and where not to do overtaking, but they sometimes refuses to obey the road signs, he added. According to him, they have now lodged an investigation into the matter. The police says those in critical conditions have been rushed to Winneba Trauma and Special Hospital for treatment. The bodies have also been deposited at Winneba Trauma and Special Hospital mortuary for presentation and identification.
Very sad indeed. May their souls rest in peace. We will be right back for entertainment. Stay tuned. welcome back. Ghana's foremost reggae legend, Shashamali, and a UK-based music group, Baked Goods, are to release a world classic collection at the end of this month. The song Freedom, though not officially released, fans in Ghana and all over the world are eager to have a copy. We have on the line from UK the producers of Baked Goods. Hello and welcome to News Updates on Today Ghana News TV.
Yeah, how are you doing? Nice to see you, Edna. Thank you very much for having us on. You can hear me all right, yeah?
Hello.
Hello,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, tell us a bit about the song.
Yeah. Sorry?
Can you tell us
Yeah, of course. Sorry, yeah. Well, of course, as you've just explained there, we've got a new song coming out. It comes out on the 25th, which is this Saturday. It's going to go out all across the world on all digital and streaming platforms. And the song, like you mentioned earlier, is called Freedom. It does feature a local artist that we know, a brother of ours called G-Ram General, a Jamaican sensation. He's called Aya Sight. And of course, the Ghanaian legend himself, Shashamali. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that dropping. And like you said, it seems like there's a bit of a buzz around it already. People are looking forward to it dropping. So that's great.
Play around here as well, haven't we?
Yeah, we've had a couple of players around here, BBC and stuff. They dropped it last night. So if anyone there, you can check out on the BBC if you want to hear the song there early, or cushuk.com. You can check on there as well if you want to get a little sneak preview of the song. But yeah, basically the song, it's exactly what the title says. Basically, it's freedom. It's freed the people from the systems and the struggles that they've had to withstand, especially the last couple of years, with the pandemic, with being locked down, with all the badness in the world. What we're trying to do is we're trying to eradicate the bad mind and spread that positivity and that message that, you can be free. You can be free and you can pursue your dreams. And that's what it's all about.
Why did you feature Shashamali?
Well, Shashamali, we actually got talking because we do a show on cushuk.com. And we actually had him on. We've had many superstars on. We had Shashamali on once for a chat and an interview. And obviously, he's a great guy, a humble guy, a fantastic role model for a lot. And I think Ghana obviously is very proud of him, and they should be very proud of him. He's a great artist. And obviously, with this song, when we first made the song, it actually fell together. It wasn't really planned. It was basically I was producing the song, and then G-Ram General came into the studio, heard it, sang a little hook on it. And then we sent it off, but we were thinking this hook and this message, who can portray that message so who's the best at that? So of course, in my mind, we picked the best two artists out there to do that, in Aya Sight and of course Shashamali. And I think a lot of people are going to relate to their verses, and a lot of people are going to love what they've got to say.
Especially Shashamali's verses.
Okay. And then I would like to ask you again, when you are releasing the song, and how do fans across the globe access it? How do they get a copy?
Yeah, well, of course, if anyone's got access to iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, it'll be absolutely everywhere. All you've got to do is search Baked Goods Freedom. That's free-dem, and it'll pop up. Of course, you can follow us on Instagram as well. If you go to our Instagram or Shashamali's Instagram, all the information will be there as well for downloads and streaming.
Oh, okay. Do you intend to do more collaboration with Shashamali, or is just a one-time something?
No, I mean, I'd absolutely love to. I could work with him all day long. He's such a great artist, and he makes it look easy. And he is a real, a true inspiration, really, to a lot of people, I think. And to us as well as producers, they're the kind of guys we want to be working with. The natural talents, the people who've got the messages, the people who can get that message across strongly, and that's exactly what he does.
Okay. And then do you have plans to stage a live concert with Shashamali here in Ghana?
Well, I mean, if there's any promoters out there who are watching now, no matter where you are, and you think, yeah, I'd like to see that show, because I'm pretty sure you would, just hit us up. You can find all the information on cushuk.com, Tearaway Records, anything like that. But I mean, I would absolutely love to be honest. you know, there might be a couple of things we might possibly be working on, but you'll have to stay tuned for that. I can't really say too much about what we might have coming there live performance-wise. But yeah, I mean, I'd absolutely love to. It'd be a dream to come over to the motherland and perform.
Okay. And tell me, what is the motivation behind the song?
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, it's about freeing the people from the bad mind, and that's what we really want. The real achievement for this song is we want to spread that positivity and that good message, and we want to bring that peace and unity for all our people, for all the people out there who feel the same struggles, who feel the way we do. We hope, you know, this can reach to you, and you guys can come on this journey with us and hopefully spread love and positivity.
Okay. Tell me, can you give your fans and music lovers across the world your last message?
What's that, sorry?
I mean that any messages for your fans and music lovers across the world?
Yeah, of course, man. I mean, anyone who's listening now around the world, whether it's Jamaica, shout out all my Jamaican brothers, by the way. I can see King Malachi is up in here watching. I've got a couple of songs coming with him as well, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, much love to everybody all around the globe who's locked in. I hope you all enjoy the track and really get behind it, share it with your loved ones, take the message from it. And I just want to say, obviously, a special shout out to Shasha Marley as well. It's a great pleasure, obviously, making this link. And yeah, so big up to him for that.
Okay.
Yeah, so obviously we're Baked Goods. I'm Tertis Prod Rage. We're brothers. Yeah, we're both Baked Goods. And we're planning on baking more goods in the future.
Yeah.
So keep locked.
Yeah, man.
So thank you for joining us, and we pray to be among the first to get copies of your song.
Yeah, of course, man. I'll send that straight over, and you guys can have a listen. But thank you very much for having us on. And like I say, big up everyone around the world who's listening, everyone who's locked in. Make sure you stay locked with Today Ghana News TV. It's been an absolute pleasure. Shout out to our whole team as well: Fungi, Ferg, Smooth Jezza, Danny Riley, Jake Emery, Pato Patterson. And yeah, everyone stay locked. Follow us on the Instagram and stay up to date with what we're doing. And I can't wait to see you all and show you all what we've got coming.
Okay, so put your Instagram handles there. Just mention your Instagram handles.
Yeah, the Instagram handles is and that's official baked_goods. You can find my personal one is prod_rage.
The man's T-side Turts. That's TEESSIDETURTZ.
There you go. Okay. You can also find all information on Tearaway Records. That's on Facebook, Instagram as well, and cushuk.com, like I mentioned earlier.
Okay, so thank you once again for joining us.
No, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Okay.
Take care. Peace out.
Stay positive.
Okay. That was Baked Goods live from UK.
So today we launch your top fans on Today Ghana News TV, and we want all the viewers and listeners across the globe to tune in all the time. We're calling everybody, call your brother, call your sister to tune in all the time and be watching great, amazing prizes from today. So keep watching Ghana News TV.
Okay, so I will be taking some of the messages from our viewers on Facebook. From Patience Dako, watching you live from Hamburg. Thank you, Patience. Patrick Yao, I'm watching live from Bremen, Isikuma. Thank you, Patrick, for always watching us. Odoi Tama, congratulations to all MMDCEs across the country. They should all work hard to break the 8 years to continue the good work. Okay. From Joyce Ohiniwa, watching you live from Accra. Thank you, madam. From Kweku Adi, good evening. I am watching you from Holland. Thank you, and continue watching us. Jake Emery, bigging up. Jake Emery again. Okay, official baked underscore booze. That is their Instagram account. So if you watched the interview and then you want to follow them, you can follow them on that handle. Okay, this second. From Kin Malaika, log in from Jamaica. Thank you. Okay, so that will be all for today. Thanks for tuning in and see you all on Wednesday.
Statement, and I quote, "Life is more beautiful when you meet the right hairdresser." Well, I would want to take the opportunity to introduce you to the Links Cosmetology Training Institute. They have a passion for your hair care. Do well to contact them on 055 7089 324 and also on Facebook or Instagram via their handle, the Links. For all your hair designs, haircuts, makeup, Brazilian waxing, manicure and pedicure, as well as your beauty needs. Do not hesitate to visit them if you want a serene environment where you can have your beauty enhanced. Do not hesitate to contact the Links Cosmetology Training Institute via the details that I have mentioned. So thank you so much in advance for patronizing their services. Also, they train a lot of vulnerable people in cosmetology training. So support them, purchase from them, visit them, so that they'll be able to also do more humanitarian work to support such vulnerable persons. 055 7089 324 and on Facebook or Instagram via the handle the Links for all your hair